Okay, let's load this video and tell me what you think about it in the comment section.
Good morning, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Statham v. Statham.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Statham. Mr. Statham, welcome to the divorce court. Thank you for trusting me with your marriage and your relationship. I understand, Ms. Statham, you have been together 12 years, married 10 years. You have 3 children together, but you've also blended your family with children from previous relationships. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you all are trying to make a family, but you've had some ups and downs, to say the least. Ms. Statham, why are we in court?
Your Honor, I'm here for a divorce. My husband, Joseph, is very impulsive. He doesn't communicate well with me at all. And his impulsive spending habits has put our family in financial burden. I'm fed up with it.
Mr. Statham, you've heard your wife. What do you say, sir?
I love my wife, and I know I've made some mistakes. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
You know, a lot of people say you can show me better than you can tell me. So I'm not sure if you saying you're willing to do whatever it takes is enough at this point. Let's just find out. Mrs. Statham, why don't you tell me how you all actually met and came to be together?
Yes, Your Honor. I met Joseph at a barber shop. I was there with my older 2 children. They were getting their hair cut, and I approached them. I liked what I seen. I approached them. I started making conversation with them. We later exchanged information. So we then, started talking on the phone. He advised me at that time that he was just getting out of prison, so he was in the halfway house.
That didn't scare you?
It didn't. I'm a firm believer in second chances. At that time, I didn't know what he did in his past to put him in that situation. But the person I met at the barbershop, he was very genuine, very kind, very loving. I liked exactly who I met that day at the barbershop.
Mrs. Statham, did you tell her about your past, like early on when you all first met each other?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so if it didn't scare you, Ms. Statham, it's not scaring me right now. What happened when you all started dating?
We started talking. We was talking for a few weeks. As I stated, he was in a halfway house. So an incident happened in the halfway house, and it got him put back in prison. He then went back to prison for 6 months.
Wait a minute now. I'm not scared if you're in that halfway house because you're getting a second chance. Well, then you have to go back to prison?
Yes, he went back to prison.
And you did not do 20-second timeout?
No, I did not.
You went forward?
I went for it.
Okay, because now listen, because this is 12 years later, so I can't judge there. I just need to make sure I understand the facts. So what happened in those 6 months, Mr. Statham?
During that 6 months while I was incarcerated, Maria, she did everything that I could ask for, from communication between her and the children, as well as my family. She came to see me. She supported me.
So she became your person for all practical purposes?
She came my everything. I relied on her for everything.
And Ms. Statham, again, that didn't scare you right then?
It didn't. No, it didn't.
So then he comes out of prison?
So he did 6 months in prison. He was then paroled to my house.
So he came straight out of prison to you?
Yes,
okay.
To me and my 2 children.
You were okay with that because you're raising boys?
Yes.
May I say something?
Yes, of course.
This was my first relationship as an adult. I went to prison when I was 17. I got out when I was 26. I had no life experience.
None whatsoever.
I'm not trying to minimize.
Oh, no. I was about to ask, because if you had not had an opportunity to live on your own, to interact in society, that's a big transition, because the jail and the prison system society is very different than the, shall we say, civil society. And it's gonna take an adjustment. So I completely understand that. That's why I wanna know, Ms. Statham, it seems like y'all jumped into a situation where, quite frankly, Mr. Statham was destined to fail.
Yes.
Did it continue?
It continued. So when he came home, everything was going fine for a while. So we delivered our first child in 2014. I delivered via C-section.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, so I was in the hospital for 3 days. During the time I was in the hospital, my vehicle was involved in a bank robbery. When I got out the hospital, Joseph came to me and he said, I packed up the house, you know, they're trying to investigate for a bank robbery. I packed up the house, we're moving. I got out the hospital 3 days later with a newborn baby and 2 young children, and all of our stuff was in a moving vehicle. So for a couple of days, me and my 3 young children slept in the back of a moving vehicle.
May I say something, Your Honor? To my defense, may I say something?
What in the world do you have to your defense on why you have a lady who just gave birth through C-section sleeping in the back of a moving vehicle?
A friend of mine used my vehicle, asked me if I could use it. She was in the hospital, she wasn't using it. I assumed he needed to go to work. That wasn't the case. When I was told that the police was looking for me, I panicked. I grabbed my family and everything, and I was trying to hold on to what I had.
First of all, why are you still dealing with a friend that is a robber?
I didn't know.
Yeah, you did. Don't lie to me. Come on, not on this one.
Sure.
Because this is not Judge Star talking. This is former New York City Assistant District Attorney Star Jones talking. So I know the rules.
Yes, Your
You're
Honor.
not supposed to be affiliating with any felons when you are off parole. And you knew good and doggone well that this person was a nefarious person, so you put your family in the trick bag.
Yeah.
Let's take accountability.
Some ties are hard to cut, and that was a lesson learned, a hard one.
So the police took me and my 3 young children, including a 3-day-old newborn baby.
Mr. Statham, where were you when all this was going on?
I was in Maryland at my mother's house.
They pulled up video surveillance of him and an unidentified female pulling into the casino with the moving vehicle.
Now, Ms. Statham,
Yes.
why didn't you say no?
Your Honor, he had then left at one point and left me and my children in the U-Haul vehicle.
Why didn't you say no? I'm not leaving the hospital and getting in a moving van.
I didn't know until I got into the situation what it was. He told me he packed up the house and we was leaving. I didn't know we were going to be staying in a moving vehicle for days at a time. I had no idea. And then I don't know where he went. I had got pulled over. Me and my young children had got pulled over in the
Had you
moving
ever been
vehicle.
arrested before?
No.
You
I
should
haven't.
know what to do.
So
Lord.
the police ended up taking me in for questioning.
Of course they did, because your car is
Because
the
my
one
car
that
was involved in
used
the bank
the robbery.
Correct. So the police took me and my 3 young children, including a 3-day-old newborn baby, to the police station for hours, and I underwent interrogation.
You are so lucky that Child Protective Services didn't take your key.
Oh, I know. They threatened me with it numerous times.
Yep, you are very lucky.
I had no idea what was going on or what happened, what occurred. As I stated, I would just get given birth. I had no
Mr.
idea.
Statham, where were you when all this was going on?
I was in Maryland at my mother's house asking for assistance to find another place where I could take my family.
So you thought this is a way for me to try to get my family safe, but then you didn't stay with them. And the vehicle is still in her name. So now they're not looking for you, but they're looking for her,
Yes, Your Honor.
right?
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, that's how it spiraled out of control. It wasn't my intention for anything like this to happen. I panicked.
Ms. Statham, what happened next?
So they ended up letting me go. A few days later, they picked me back up.
Because they had not caught up with your husband.
Correct.
To
They were
ask him
looking
the
for him.
questions.
Correct. They were looking for him. They couldn't find him. They
Did you
knew
know where he
I
was?
were. I had no idea where he was. So then the police took me back in for interrogation. And this time, I no longer had the moving vehicle. He had it back. I had parked it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. He had then took it back. So when the police took me in this time for
Because the
interrogation.
police say for you to have transferred the vehicle, then you must know where he is.
Correct. Correct. So this time when they took me back for interrogation, they pulled up video surveillance of him and an unidentified female pulling into the casino with the moving vehicle. So I guess that was their way of trying to get me to say, well, listen, he's with another female. Do you want to tell me his involvement now? I still had no idea what was going on.
So, Mrs. Statham?
So the U-Haul was rented by my sister for me.
So was that the unidentified female?
Yes, ma'am. She didn't know it at the time. The detective...
Yeah, because y'all hadn't had time to really do family situation.
Yes, Your Honor.
We were trying to give birth. So did you know that was his sister in the video?
I didn't. They
Okay.
didn't show me the front of her. They just showed me like a glimpse of a female that he was with.
Let's just say this whole fiasco was a trick bag, right?
Yes. Joseph took $7,000 and brought land in South Carolina. It turned out to be a scam. So the gentleman that Joseph gave the $7,000 to didn't even own the land.
Did you
was
get a
never his
deed?
land.
No, ma'am.
Lord, education is a powerful thing. That's all I can say.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we moved through that?
Yes, Your Honor. So after that, we moved into our apartment. One day, I was at work, decided to go to the casino and take all of our rent money out of our joint account. He gambled away $1,500 at the casino, and we no longer had the money for rent. So we were.
May I
we then
please say
had.
something? Please, may I say
I'm listening.
Once again, Your Honor, I would say I had no life experience. That was over 10 years ago.
I'm sick of that now. But you're telling me that was a decade ago. That was in the beginning of your
That was
relationship.
a very long time ago, man.
Okay. So, Miss Statham, I'm not going to stand here and beat up on Mr. Statham. I want to know why you were making these choices.
Well,
You're not a dumb lady.
I was hoping that during this time together, he would mature enough to gain some life experience.
Yeah, but then it continued because now I understand you were involved in a scam.
Yes, Your Honor. So earlier this year, we got $11,000 back from our taxes. Joseph took $7,000 and brought land in South Carolina.
Did y'all have a conversation ahead of time?
We just talked. We just had conversations.
Mrs. Statham, I'm curious. What made you make such an impulsive decision and not talk to your wife about it?
I feel like I'm a man and I should take charge. And as you keep saying, and I know now, I didn't have the life experience. I should have communicated with my wife.
A real man does not demand attention. He commands attention. Okay? So how did this scam work?
So, Your Honor, we were at the property for about 2 weeks, and then the sheriff showed up with a gentleman who said that we're on his property illegally. Joseph then showed him all the paperwork we had, like, no, I purchased this is what I went through. It turned out to be a scam. So the gentleman that Joseph gave the $7,000 to didn't even own the land.
Did you get a deed?
It was never his land.
No, ma'am.
Lord. Real property is only exchanged through deeds. This is tangible property. Real property is land. There is no state in America that allows you to transfer land without an actual deed. You would not know that, okay? Education is a powerful thing. That's all I can say.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Statham.
So, Your Honor, the end of April, Joseph found us a house in Atlanta. So we moved to Atlanta. We've been here since May 1st. May 26th, the police showed up at our door again because Joseph, the man he rented from, this is not his property once again. It's not his property.
So let me guess.
So now...
You done lost that money also.
Oh,
the
yeah,
down
so
payment.
now we put $37.50 down on it. We paid May's rent, we paid June's rent, and now we got a citation for squatting.
Yes, you do.
So now we have an upcoming court date on it. That's going to determine where we go to next. Like
Yeah, because you're getting out of these people's house.
Oh, of course, yes. Yes. Yes.
So, Mr. Statham, what is your plan?
I need to be a better communicator, and that's my main plan. I believe if I open up and communicate with everything from what's breakfast going to be to what's something that we're going to do next week, I believe we'd be a lot better. And I'm willing to show her that I'm willing to do what I got to do. I'm working, I'm trying. I'm not just trying, I'm doing my best.
Your Honor, I'm tired, and I have my divorce papers. I can no longer go through this or have my children suffering from this man's impulsive decisions.
Ms. Statham, I'm gonna tell you right now. You came into the courtroom saying that you were done after all of the drama and trauma he has put you through. I'd like to see what you brought to court. Corey, may I have the divorce? Thank you. Because I usually judge whether or not somebody's done by what they do, not what they say. Today, Ms. Statham, you came in here with fully completed divorce documents, not handwritten, typed up, and your signature on the petitioner's signature page.
Correct.
So you walked in the door thinking, I'm really done. Am I correct?
Correct.
You heard what Mr. Statham has said. Is there anything that he has said that has made you change your mind?
No.
Serve the papers, Corey.
Yes, Your Honor. You've been served.
Do you want a divorce?
Yes, I do.
Ask your husband for a divorce and ask him to sign those papers.
Will you sign the papers?
Do I have to sign these papers, Your Honor? This isn't something that I want. And the marriage is jointly. That's not fair. I understand I've messed up and I've made a lot of mistakes, but I try. I do my best.
Mr. Statham, nobody can force you to sign any document that you don't want to sign. It would be signed under duress. But I can provide Mr. Statham with the transcript of these proceedings, and you have been served, and if she wants to go forward in civil case, she can in civil court. But then you need to make a determination.
Sir.
That you're doing your best, but your wife deserves more.
I agree, Your Honor.
She deserves to get off this merry-go-round. And at this point, Mr. Statham's best is not in the best interest of you and your children.
I agree. I agree.
Bad decisions from day one. Let's not compound them with more bad decisions. This relationship started out with red flags, but you looked at them like decorations. You should have been looking at them like a stoplight. At this point, Mr. Statham, I wish you very, very, very good luck. A lot of things have changed since you were 17 years old. But you need a time to become a whole man before you can be in search of completing a family. A family needs a full man that commands attention, not demands attention. This case is done.
Thank you.